Hello, this is your Solana weekly news. My name is sebmonty, and I'm just going to run you through a few things so you can put it on your radar and you can action it from there. So starting here with the Solana Saga owners. A lot of people will start to actually get their Sagas in their hand now. I think the last 10,000 just went super fast, of course. So this little community, this might be helpful for you. I'll link it below. It was created by Ashen, and they also have a little Telegram. So when it comes to claiming airdrops or just news and things like this would be a good little community to be a part of. Now with your Saga, you'll basically see that you've got a Genesis token when you actually do the claim and set up the wallet. And you can't send this anywhere and you can't list it. And that's why it's very limited. It's locked to this wallet. So you must keep this wallet very safe. But I would also suggest, being safe, but at the same time interacting. Maybe use a little bit of a DeFi on this actual device. Because I have a feeling that those that have DeFi use, maybe using Meteor or something like that, as well as the Saga Genesis token, that could be very helpful in the future for any airdrops as well. Now regarding a new airdrop, we have the Saga monkeys. So this is 8,888 NFTs that were just airdropped to some people that fit into that little snapshot. I have not got one myself, not yet anyway. I think they're still running at the moment, but it says 8,500 here, but I believe the entire collection is 8,888. So I guess there's a few more to come in the future. I'm sure some people are going to miss out, and that's just the nature of it. Next up, we've got CryptoUndeads. This I would definitely encourage you to try and get pre-sale for or whitelist, and it has a lot of hype. They're also collaborating on ETH and SOL, which is good, meaning we're bringing that kind of ETH liquidity. As an ETH user myself in the past, I came to SOL. It didn't have as many tools, and now it's growing and growing. But there are a lot of people on Ethereum that can't and don't want to pay those crazy gas fees. The only reason you'd pay those fees is if your expected value was higher. Whereas on Solana, you can actually do things. Another thing I want to put onto your radar is DReader. DReader, I've mentioned it many times before. It's a pretty polished app. It's not perfect yet. However, I do like it. And it's essentially where you can watch comic books, or read comic books rather. So there's Utopia. This is just, it's a short, very short comic. You can basically mint it, and then you can leave it wrapped, or you can unwrap it and read it. And I really dig that. Next up, we've got Harambe. So this is an auction house that's been launched by the Degenerate Ape Academy for traits. So if you have a Degen Ape or a Degen Drop Bear, then this is open for you. You'll be using Opals. Opals we've covered quite a few times. Basically, it's not a token. It's an on-chain value, which you accrue by mining, essentially. When I say mining, like you put your Degen Ape or Drop Bear into the mines, and you actually, you're mining Opals. So you get a certain number per day, and you can use these to bid. Now, Veritas is the lead dev. Now, one thing is it must be a unique bid. So if someone's already done 1,127 Opals, you have to do something different. It'll be clear later when you're actually kind of jumping on. Also with the Degen Ape Academy, they have been building things. I'm not saying go and buy something, especially if just speculating on floor price go up, but I am part of the community and I'm definitely dedicated to trying to bring a huge amount of value. The art is fantastic, the DAO's great, fun, and I think what they're building has a lot of potential. Next we've got JitoSOL. JitoSOL I definitely like. And if you put JTO and JitoSOL into the vault over the next 30 days, then you will get a decent reward. Now, personally, I'm not suggesting you do that because JTO is very volatile, and I wouldn't do it. But SOL and JitoSOL, I would put that in for sure. Now, of course, if people are doing this, they're still going to be generating fees as well as a decent JTO airdrop, so it could work out positive. However, the great thing with Kamino Finance is you can literally go and see what the performance is like. So if you go here, and we can just go to liquidity because it's liquidity farming here. JTO, JitoSOL, we'll jump on this one. We can have a look at analytics. So over the last 30 days, if you just hodled some JTO and JitoSOL, you would be up more if you use the Kamino strategy, including fees, because of the volatility of the asset going up, going down. You would actually be down. And if you just had JitoSOL by itself, you'd be up quite a bit more. So that's just something just to keep in mind. You can see all this with everything. Sometimes it really works out. Sometimes the early liquidity fees are insane. Like I did a video on it with Pith, and I guess I need to do an update video on that. But when this kind of came out, it was like earning insane, absolutely insane. This is over 30 days as well, so let's see if we can go a little bit longer. Okay, so yeah, it doesn't always work out well. However, maybe there's an airdrop in the future from Kamino that actually rewards you for this, which I imagine would be the case. And sometimes you're going to win, and sometimes you're not going to win. It's just the nature of playing the game. The Orphans is a collection that's 421 are coming out, and this is from the Barrows team. Now I have a Barrows. This is a fantastic project created by Topo, and the artist is Resist, this legend here, and this is coming the end of Jan. So I don't know how you're going to get a public raffle. I'll find out and I'll let you know, of course. But I'll try and get one of these. This is a kind of a curated small community, you know, alpha viewpoints, all that sort of stuff. But it's a similar viewpoint to Dead King Society or Boogles, where if you're not playing by the rules, then out you go. It's not a, you have an NFT, you're welcome to stay there forever. This is pixel art here. Now, I don't like pixel art normally, but this does look cool. It's simple, but it's cool. So I like it. Now, Z from SolWorks has been working on the Solana Airdrop Checker. I want him to get a brand new domain name so that it doesn't have hyphens and stuff, doesn't look like it does. But you should be using this. I will do a proper tutorial as soon as this gets a proper domain name, because I want, you know, that kind of trust in it. But this is so useful. So I'll be covering in another tutorial Racket on how to use it, which is an engagement kind of platform. And in order to work out where you've got tokens, just make a spreadsheet with all your addresses and plug them in. And if you want to get in more addresses in the same time, it's like 0.2 SOL per month. So you just kind of go and sign up, add everything here. I've got my email address here. Don't spam me, add all the wallets, and then you can go and check them. Okay, now into my YouTube. Of course, I could just go with, I think this will do well, I think this will do well, I think this will do well, I'll buy this, which is what most people want, of course. At the same time, I want to teach people stuff. So how to use Elusiv. This is like Tornado Cash, how Tornado Cash is on Ethereum, but it's on Solana, and they've gone with being private, but also compliance. This is like top 5 DApps for me, easily. I'm using this all the time. I really like it. Dealing with wallet drain links, good little advice there, and so on. But I'm more just wanting to go over tutorials. Hedging a position on drift. If the price of a token goes up and you're like, okay, it's a common token like SOL. If SOL goes to 120 and you're like, okay, I think it might go down, but I don't want to sell it. I've got stake SOL or whatever. You can just hedge to the downside just by shorting it. I've just shown you quickly how to do that. A full tutorial on drift. I love drift. This is a very good DApp. So go and watch this and actually use drift. I've got like a referral link for all these things, of course. Help a brother out. Parcel. When it comes to Parcel, my suggestion would be to use a little bit, but at the very bare minimum, put in some USDC into the liquidity pool. Now, of course, nothing's financial advice. There's risks and all these things. If you want to know about smart contract risks and stuff like that, I've got a video on that as well. You just go into playlists and then just jump into intermediate, I think. And yeah, this video here, that's evergreen content. So those views will get up, but they are very valuable. How to qualify for DApps is a good one, which is completely fine, like for airdrops. But what I'm more keen on at the moment is Elusiv, Drift, Parcel, and of course Kamino. So if we go down a little bit further, you'll see a little bit more information on Kamino, but it's somewhere, which is all good. All right, next we've got some meme coins. I just want to point out that most of the gains for meme coins are for people that get in early. I've kind of covered meme coins a little bit, but the space, it just goes so fast, and these can be shielded so quickly, and then you're gone. So LFG, this is good. This is a very cool project. This is about bringing ETH users from Ethereum across to Solana. The biggest issue is not many people can actually claim it or, start to get involved in Solana because of the fact that you needed to spend like $4,000 on gas or something quite insane. And none of my wallets qualified, and I spent a few ETH in different wallets on gas. So thousands of dollars. Nevertheless, you can see like a successful thing like this is still like, 62% down. This is not bad. Has a nice $35 million market cap. I'm unsure if it's like worth it, but it's a good project. It's a good project. What I do want to point out is sometimes, if you degen too quickly and you don't do a little bit of research, you'll more than likely just fail. We won't go from the top, but this was put onto my timeline, and basically I've put in like $500. That $500 is now worth like 20 cents or something. It looked all rubbish from the get-go, and a couple people said do it. And I just thought, okay, I'll throw in some money. Rubbish, completely rubbish. And the majority of these projects, this is what they are. However, if you are using Bird Eye, click on Solana, another chain if you're going onto other chains. I believe Avalanche is doing quite well with these sort of meme coins, but you'll find them everywhere. Ethereum less so, you get the occasional one that does really well. Come here and then just click on trending tokens, view more. And a good little indication of things growing is, what is a TVL? If it's a high volume, low TVL, well, it's certainly worth looking at. But at the same time, there's not a lot of money in those liquidity pools. These need to grow. I'm still excited for Chonky, but they had their Twitter breached, and then Sol and whatnot's gone down. But I think this will do quite well. But I'm not keen on like a used car. I just don't see the memeability of that. But maybe I'm smooth braining it or just middle curving it. However, so what I would look at is look at the TVL. If you've got good TVL, you want to check out the market cap. The market cap is rather small. You might want to then put in something. LFG could still do well, but like, is it really memeable? No, it's more of like it's a tool to bring people across. So I don't know. I just don't know. Gecko may do reasonably well. It has some sort of branding behind it. Bozo is from the Bozo Collective. I think this will do well. No idea what this is, no idea. But if you click on something like this, you can just see all the data pretty quickly. And this is kind of up only. But then if you come down a little bit further, you can see the top 10 holders. It doesn't look too bad. But go and do your research and just be very, very aware that, these have to be, in my opinion, not always the case, but they have to be memeable. Sometimes people just come in with whale money and up they go. This is already up 772% more or less. So have fun with meme coins, of course. But the majority of the time you will lose unless you're doing this like 15 hours a day. Next up, validator.com. I am the GM of validator.com, and at present we do not have our Twitter working because Twitter's just a bit special sometimes. So if you click here, you'll see like it's been suspended. Haven't done anything wrong, have Twitter blue, whatever, and all the tickets get closed. Nevertheless, we're here for the long haul. So any questions you have, ping me. Probably get a new Twitter set up very soon if they can't unlock it. And when you're making profits on things, typically, this is not financial advice, but across all major layer ones, the OG, the smart money, they will profit in things and they'll go back to the layer one asset. So they'll go back to ETH if they're on Ethereum. They'll go back to Sol if they're on Solana. This is just common practice. Sol's got a lot more liquidity, and I think it's gonna go up to $500 to $1,000. So you still get that big kind of 5x, at least in my opinion, just opinion. However, if you don't stake it, then you're losing out to inflation. So you wanna capture that. It's very easy to stake. You just do it in your wallet. I've got tutorials down here. I'm gonna mention it all the time because more people need to stake. Just as simple as that. Next up, we've got Gaimin. They're incubating on CoinMarketCap, and I do like CoinMarketCap. In some ways, I prefer CoinGecko, but CoinMarketCap has been better to me financially over the past little while, for sure. So essentially, they're having an incubator series where they get, I guess, a portion of the token, and it's their job to promote this. They have like 300 million active monthly users or something like that, and they've got learn section, so where you can do like an academy. You can normally learn about a project and then you can get a little bit of token. I do like what they have here. They've got a lot of things here. You just go and sign up and then start earning their little diamonds. And when you see GMRX come up or Gaimin come up, then get involved, do the learn thing. You might get some GMRX token. At the same time, if you have actually got some of these NFTs, I spoke about them in length quite a while ago, then the floor price has risen. So you may want to take some profits. Personally, I see that like they're originally like $80 or something along those lines. $80 in Sol, and now they're up over $400. But I think because you'll be able to claim this for their actual token, like you'll be vested. But I do think that the GMRX token, it relates to AI, GPUs, and all that sort of stuff. I've covered it before. I do think that will have a $10 billion market cap. I will talk about it more in the future, of course, because I need to see what the tokenomics will be like. I'll talk about it when it launches or it's about to launch, which I think will be Q1 2024. But at the same time, I'm not sure if you want to go and buy right now. You might want to take some profit, but keep some is what I'm personally doing. I'm keeping basically all of mine because I think GMRX will do very well. Finally, we'll talk about Jup. Now, Jup has their airdrop coming later this month, and if you haven't already done so, you can go and check your wallet here, but you can also just use the SolWorks Airdrop Checker, and the expectation is maybe one dupe will be $1 to $2. I will be selling some for living expenses, but the majority I will actually keep. I think dupe will do very, very well, but we'll talk about that close to the time. In the meantime, they've got so many different things here. So try them all out in terms of getting into the next round of airdrops, which we don't have any information on, but you want to be going with limit order, DCA, bridge, and perpetual. And DCA is a fantastic feature. Like if you want more SOL exposure, but you're not disciplined enough to actually just buy those dips, just plug in 500 USD as an example, and then just keep on buying. So for example, I want to buy, I don't have it, but let's say it's $500 is what you're happy to do, and we can go with some SOL, and every day over the next 30 days, then $16 worth of USDC every day, you're just going to be buying SOL. So the price goes up, down, whatever. Alternatively, if you think that SOL will go down, you can go and set a limit order. So you're selling USDC $500 and you want to buy SOL. You know, I've got some friends, the Pizzino brothers, that think that SOL is going to go down to 50. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. You know, then it continues on up is my expectation. But maybe you want to set a buy order at 60. So if it goes down to 50, you miss it, but at the same time, it could wick down there and then come up. So maybe you set something at 60, then maybe you set something even lower. Maybe it's like 200 at 60 and a little bit less and a little bit less, because the strength isn't really there. Long term, very bullish, but these are just pullbacks which happen commonly and quite common in quarter ones as well. So that's everything that I think you should put your attention on. I will leave with one particular thing. In my past cycles, I've quite often watched videos that said, do this, do this, do this, do this, and then they go into my list to do, and I don't do it. Just if there's something that you agree with in this video, just go and do it. The airdrop potential is high, even just learning about the DApp, maybe make some DeFi gains, etc. At the very least, you're learning a lot. Anyway, that's all. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next video.